Void, star desert. The word conjures up pictures of dunes, oases, mirages.
Sunlight, palm tree.
The precise meaning of the word desert is a waterless, barren wasteland. I fail to understand your romantic nostalgia for such a place.
Doesn't surprise me, Mr. Spock. I can't imagine a mirage ever disturbing those mathematically perfect brain waves of yours.
I found recently that I have 5 times the dopamine of ordinary people, apparently. And although we didn't know about dopamine and the chemical makeup of ourselves in those years, what I now understand is I have this energy surge. Leonard's more laid back. He's quieter, great sense of humor, and he's highly intelligent. And DeForest was a Southern gentleman, amenable, cool, and dry humor. And we all enjoyed each other's company.
The Horta is a remarkably intelligent and sensitive creature with impeccable taste.
Because she approved of you.
Really, Captain, my modesty.
Does not bear close examination, Mr. Spock. I suspect you're becoming more and more human all the time.
Captain, I see no reason to stand here and be insulted.
The chemistry was very successful. You can't predict that. It's not a scientific design. You can't repeat it by mandate. You can't say, we're going to make this chemistry, you know. Chemistry is something that happens or doesn't, particularly between Bill and DeForest Kelley and myself. We just kind of, oh, this feels good. We know how to do this, you know, and it worked very well.
I, for one, could use a good non-reconstituted meal.
Doctor, you are a sensualist.
You bet your pointed ears I am. Ready whenever you are, Captain.
DeForest Kelley was not top-ranked in billing in the first season. His credit moved up to opening credits at the second season. But more and more, as we worked with those characters, we realized we need McCoy. We need McCoy more to balance the group. And also, it was a matter of just bringing the human level to the problems, with Spock being the outsider, commenting from an alien point of view, and Kirk being the man of action at all times, and of course the leader.
I wish I were on a long sea voyage somewhere. Not too much deck tennis, no frantic dancing, and no responsibility. Why me? I look around that bridge, and I see the men waiting for me to make the next move. And Bones, what if I'm wrong?
He's a wonderful actor who created a singular character. No one could have done Kirk the way Bill did. His energy and his vitality and his passion and his supreme self-confidence, you know, that's Bill, and that's Captain Kirk.
Nobody sat down at the screening room when we saw scenes in dailies and say, oh, wow, look how those two work and that one. No, never said that. It never happened. But the fact of the matter was that it was there. And we were taking it for granted. All to hell and gone.
Logic and practical information do not seem to apply here.
You admit that?
To deny the facts would be illogical, Doctor.
Then you don't mind if I play a hunch?
I'm not sanguine about hunches, Captain, but I have no practical alternative.
Finding 3 personalities that are different enough and still can get along with each other logically in scripts and so on is very difficult to do. A duo, yes. A trio is very hard. And because they've gotten just kind of this right set of ages and interests and personalities together is a real nod to Gene Roddenberry and to the writers to keep this going as well as they did.
You can't tell me that when you first saw Jim alive that you weren't on the verge of giving us an emotional scene that would have brought the house down.
Merely my quite logical relief that Starfleet had not lost the highly proficient captain.
Yes, Mr. Spock, I understand.
Thank you, Captain.
Of course, Mr. Spock. Your reaction was quite logical.
Thank you, Doctor.
And a pig's eye.
The more we worked with it, the more we saw how that relationship between all 3 was vital to the stories. And it also became a thing where, as we went along, we found the relationships, and the one that was a lot of fun was between McCoy and Spock, when they would taunts and little insults that were fun. And they added to the character, and they sparked the scripts. They gave spice to the scripts. So we developed that. As long as it worked, we said, let's use that.
Kirk here.
Spock, Captain. I trust all has gone well.
Spock, are you alive?
An illogical question, Doctor, since obviously you are hearing my voice.
Well, I don't know why I was worried. You can't kill a computer.
You know, making a film and doing a series is a forced marriage. You meet people, shotgun marriage. You meet people for the first time. The well-known example is, good morning, shall we get into bed now? And you could meet an actress and crawl under the covers and have a love scene and not quite remember her first name, which is not quite usual in life. Although, so here was a very fortuitous circumstance in which three actors came together, and it was great.
Doctor, I think I'll return to my station now.
You are at your station, Mr. Spock.
Dr. McCoy, I believe you're enjoying all this.
Indeed, Captain. I've never seen him look so happy.
Shut up. Well, what do you know? I finally got the last word.